Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. So today we are here for some DayZ. Now, the whole aim for this video is to show you, one, how to start off on DayZ, two, how to gather resources, kind of like your best way of navigating around the map early on, and three, how to enjoy the game. So as you can see here, I have a complete fresh spawn. I actually killed my main character to do this. Without further ado, I'm going to get logged in on my usual normal main server, and we will go from there. Okay, everybody, so here we are. We have our acquired spawn. Now, typically, the way that you should do things, or way you can do things, is one trick I actually learned about DayZ early on was if you follow the power lines like this, they will take you up north in the map. Now, it's not specific to these power lines, because these aren't the ones that I'm looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
It's actually the thicker, more profound power lines that will take you north. Now, one way to navigate yourself away around the map is if the coast is right to you, then you're on the coast. Same if you're left. So either you're going to be going up the map or down the map. If the coast is on the left to you, you're going down. If the coast is on the right, you're going up. That's the most pointless, useless piece of trivia, but still. Now, early game DayZ, what do you want to do? Number one, no sprint. Do not sprint. Don't even think about sprinting. You will waste so much unnecessary food, so much unnecessary water by simply sprinting from A to B. Okay, it's slower. It takes a longer time, but you will easily navigate around the map if you simply just walk. Now, if you look to the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, I'm going to put an arrow to exactly where I'm pointing, you can see your noise meter. Now, your noise meter is huge. If you're running, I emit more noise. If you have more items on, you emit more noise. If you are coughing because you are ill, you emit noise. Trying to keep noise to an absolute minimum is probably one of the biggest things on this game. Now, two, look at landmarks. If you look at these landmarks, right, you can clearly see that there's a mosque, there's a red and white pylon, and there is also multiple industrial buildings. Now, most of the way that I actually identify things is what I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description below of an app which is absolutely fantastic. Now, you can end up using like a image on Google or an official map to find out where you are. But I've used this for a long time. I've used it when I was playing on Xbox. I've used it when I was playing on PC. It's called iSurvive. I'll have a link down below, and I'll also put the text on screen so you can see exactly how to spell it if you weren't wanting to click the link, or if you can't click the link. Now we've basically talked about some of the basics in terms of what you need to do, so don't run. Just do not run. Look at your landmarks. Look at where you are. If you can't see landmarks like we are, basically the coast is in that direction and we are making our way through the coast. Now, considering the DayZ map is absolutely ginormous, you can at any single point run into another player. It doesn't matter whether you are fully geared, not geared at all. Most people will kill you on sight without hesitation. Now, this is a good thing here. So as you can see, we are on the outside of a set couple of buildings. Now, these buildings here are fantastic. Not all the time, but can be fantastic for finding early game medicine, as in tetracycline, which is used to heal yourself, or sorry, get rid of bacterial infections. Now, we're just actually going to quickly sprint in here because there is a couple of zombies on the outside. So, we've got ourselves in a building like this. Now, let me make sure this door is closed. Right, that door's closed. So, now, with these buildings, you can find yourself all manner of things. Now, one of the biggest things, like I said, you need to find in here, or hopefully find, is your tetracycline tablets. Now, as I just mentioned, there is tetracycline. Tetracycline is huge. You need tetracycline. Now, if we have a look here, let me just go back to first person. If we have a look here, broad spectrum antibiotics used to treat viral and bacterial infectious diseases. That is one of the most key items to survival in DayZ. If you get a wound infection because you bandaged without using a disinfected bandage, then tetracycline is needed. If you get a bacterial infection from eating something that's got moldy, eating food that's made you sick, drinking dirty water, tetracycline. Something just teleported on screen. Anyway, so we've just gone and got ourselves basically one of the best items that you can... I'm going to have to take these out, aren't I? So we've gone and got ourselves one of the best items that you could possibly get on DayZ early on. Come on, clobber. Right. Now that that zombie's dealt with, what you need to think and what you need to look at is, like I say, when you are looking around in this game, not every building is lootable where you'll find something useful. Very, very few and far between, in fact, a lot of these buildings that will have something as of use inside of it. Now, we've just got relatively lucky. We've just found ourselves a bandage. We've also got ourselves a little boonie hat. And then there's also a gun cleaning kit on the right-hand side. Now... these buildings in particular, they're like hunter's lodges. They're fantastic for finding some of the nicest loot in the game. So these are fantastic to loot. What's also fantastic to loot is like we've just done with the infirmary. They're lovely to loot. Like I say, right? So this is about being able to find loot, start off spawn. So not only have we had a relatively decent start, but we're also kind of a little bit screwed here because we have no food. We've used our starter food. Now, the best thing for us to do is you have two choices when you have no food. You either walk or you die. Now, I know that if I keep carrying on this path, we're going to get ourselves... I'm not going to loot that building there because that building has no food. It will have no food for me. Do you know what? Actually, just to make a point of this video, I will show you that this has no food for me. This will most likely have nothing in it. So, when you're playing DayZ... if you come into an area where there is a door open, a door being open doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. All it means that someone has gone into that building, maybe whether it's a previous wipe or something of the sort. It doesn't always mean that there's something that's wrong with someone or with the door being open. Now, I'm going to take you up here because these have a relatively decent chance of finding some food for us. All we need is maybe a can of baked beans. We could do with ourselves a weapon, so like a knife. It wouldn't be bad if we get some like strawberry jam. Anything just to have a little munch. Oh, she wants it. She wants it. Well, here's one way of finding food. Canned sardines. So a good way of finding food and being able to start yourself off is by killing zombies. I wouldn't always recommend it because the zombies will absolutely put you in a bin and throw you out. But if you can take out some zombies, maybe you find a weapon early on, find a knife, you find a hatchet, you can slowly start to take out these zombies. Now, we're going to make our way upwards. Hopefully, in here, we can find a knife of some sort. It makes taking out the zombies much easier, but... oh, let me just close this. But it also allows us to open up our food. A heat pack, which you can use to keep you warm, because being cold is not fantastic. So, hopefully, we can please get a knife. Zagorki peanuts. Nice, a little bit of food. Lovely stuff. So, I think we can actually open these up. We can't open these up, so we are forced to not eat anything of those, of the canned sardines. We cannot eat any of the canned sardines until we have a knife, until we have a weapon. Now, we can go ahead and make ourselves a sharp stick by, as you saw there, gathering logs. Other than that, what my recommendation is to carry on walking down the main roads. As much as you are at risk of being attacked and you're at risk of being killed, when you're a fresh spawn, you don't necessarily have to worry as much because you've got nothing to lose. Now, as time goes on, people will choose to go through the woods a lot more because it gets them out of lines of sight. You can keep yourself to yourself. You can actually ambush people through the woods, which is fantastic. Now we're back on the main road. One issue that we have is where are we going? Now, that then comes back to the I Survive map that I consistently use. You can look at things like this. As much as if you are English and you do not speak native tongue, you'll obviously struggle with translation. So I try my best in translation. It's not always fantastic, but you can get a very good example and a gist of where you actually are. Let's keep walking down this point. So, we're making our way downtown.
Making my way downtown!
We're going to get to the next area. And if I'm alive, which hopefully we are, I'll be able to show you on what I mean about houses being lootable and houses being not. Now, in here, in these houses, for me, in my personal experience, these have had a fantastic level of loot for me, where I found, in very, very, very clutch moments, cans of baked beans, spaghetti. I found stuff that I've needed, so I found like a backpack, knives. In this case, I found absolutely none of that, but we're actually going to put on a pretty little dress. There we are, lovely stuff. We will take our, there you go. So we're going to take all our bits. Obviously, that t-shirt was ruined, so naturally over time, if a t-shirt or an item is ruined, you can actually repair them. Repairing isn't much of an issue, you just need to find a leather sewing kit, or a sewing kit, duct tape, gun repair kit, they're also a big one that you need to find. Now you can hear the hunger pains, you can hear the hunger groans. So we are basically in essential need of being able to get to our next objective, which is quite a fair walk away. But we're actually coming up on a POI, a point of interest. Now we're actually coming up against a military camp. Now some of the zombies in here, some of the things in here will have weapons. They will have shotguns, MP5s. They will have pistols, anything that you can think of they can possess, but they can also have cans of bacon. So we're going to do ourselves a favour and sneak around here, be the sneaky sneak. Keep ourselves alive because our health slowly drain because we have no food. Now what we realistically need here is if we can find ourselves I wouldn't necessarily say a weapon, but more of a bladed weapon. So we can open up a can of sardines and we can actually try and sneak around here and avoid the area that we're at. So this is another thing that you can find. You can find yourself magazines. We've found some sneakers, got some combat sights, but obviously we do not need any of those at the current moment because we have nothing to use it for. Now this is my issue. Homeboy is in the opposite to me, is in the opposite place, yet we could quite easily find food in there, but we're gonna have to kill him. So you can actually heavy attack zombies now, and you can like assassinate them, which is quite cool. So the reason why we're currently getting server issues, oh shit, right, okay, I'm just gonna have to go for him. Come on, come on. I'm gonna get knocked out here. No, I'm not. Swing him. Oh, this is not good. Oh my god. Absolutely swinging. Bladed weapon, bayonet. So, we are currently bleeding. So we need to kill this zombie here. And then we need to bandage ourselves up. Now, your bandages, if you do not have disinfected bandages, you will get a wound infection from this. This is why being very careful with what you do. So obviously, as you can see here, the bandages that we have are disinfected, and the bandages that are there are disinfected. If we go ahead and make ourselves some rags, they will not be disinfected. But here's a bonus. We can make ourselves some food. We can have some canned sardine. Now, I could go on and on all day about how to consistently progress with DayZ and how to consistently go around and get yourselves loot and find this and find that. But this is a basic beginner's guide on what to do. What I've shown you here, what I've discussed, is how to, in an essence, get yourself started on the game without having any issue. And yeah, I think that is a very, very good point to end the game, or end the video, after taking him out, after shanking him up. There we go. There we go. So, that being said, I really hope you enjoyed the video. It was a subscriber of mine that actually gave me the idea to do this. So, if you are watching this video, shout out to you. And if you've watched it all the way through, shout out to you. That being said, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, all those good links down below. And I will catch you in the very next episode. As always, my friends, sweet.